4 musicians and their manager made this film. Other musicians appear in it. Some just didn't make it. Factory Records, a partnership, a business, a joke. The cast, the unemployed actor, Erasmus. The talking head, Wilson. The artistic student, Saville. The mad professor, Hannett. The Perry boy, Gretton. The used car salesman, Boone. The interrogator, Mitchell. The angry young man, Cassidy. The angry young woman, Anand. The man in bed, Schaumburg. The man in the pub, Shelley. From the heart of Manchester, we bring you The Word Came Out of L.A., son of Out of the 20th Century. This is the front garden of Anthony Howard Wilson. He thinks he runs a record company in his spare time.
Blue Monday's got to be 7-inch, you know. We'll sell 500,000.
He had 4 partners.
I think you've got a very smart bunch of lawyers.
And then there were 3.
Well, I didn't really leave Factory Records. I just had to go on and do some more work.
And then there were 2.
You seem to have been taking a bit of a back seat lately, Alan. Why is this?
I've dreaded somebody asking me that question.
I would have done a lot of things different. I would have signed a lot of different bands. Would have got rid of a lot of bands.
They also have a club. Occasionally, they have a hit. And then there's the musicians. This is one of them, in slow motion.
I hope that's not your best dress.
No, it's an old one.
Right, please, please. I think you have to step over my legs there, right?
Right. Can you tell me briefly about Factory Records? Yeah, what's it all about?
What's it all about? The truth. I could give you 18 different truths or loads of different stories, but they all come down to praxis. You know what praxis is?
Praxis, no.
Have you ever heard praxis makes perfect? Praxis is the idea that you do something because you want to do it, and after you've done it, you find out all the reasons why you did it. I mean, I could give you 100 great reasons: political, ideological, aesthetic. I mean, I like the friends I made in punk working as a journalist in 76 and 77, didn't want to lose them. I'm trained as an academic. I wanted to do experiments, laboratory experiments in popular art. Experiment with people like you see. You're experimenting with me in the back. I wanted to make political experiments as to how you could function politically in the marketplace. But all those things, which I might say were the reasons, I've only found out they were the reasons for doing it by doing it. You just do it. I mean, just everything we did, everything you've done, everything we've all done, just because you wanted to do it. I can think of great reasons afterwards, but it'd be dishonest.
If you were in sole charge of Factory Records, what would be the first thing that you'd do?
Sack Rob Gretton.
Well, if I was in charge of Factory Records, Tony Wilson would have gone.
Oh, I did get on with Tony, yeah, but there was just a lot of things that I had to do.
Do you like Tony?
Yeah, a lot.
Trying to talk to that fucking one-way mirror that is the chairman of the board.
Who, Tony?
Yeah, Tony.
So, don't you ever get bored or fed up with it all?
Yeah. You know what makes me fed up?
Go on.
Musicians.
Pills, Martin, pills. Anybody else any of you miserable musicians want any more pills? You want pills? Pills.
Yeah, turn me on to a pill.
Yeah, 3 pills.
So, are you all happy with the way it's all going? See, Bruce, there's a guy at the back over here, right? How many years has he been in the music business? Looks like 40. It shows.
Man and boy?
Man and boy. About 35 years.
Well, the longest period has been with Factory Records. I want you to know that.
How do you feel about it?
got a sandwich. Well, I'm a bit disturbed by the man who's in charge of our destiny. I want to know, do you know what you're doing?
Nice one, Bruce.
Hooray.
Do you really know what you're doing? You know, you've got a successful company.
From minute to minute, I know what I want.
Which isn't the same.
It might change.
Well, that's no good to us, is it?
Right, so if you two were head of Factory Records and you had all, you know, the resources, got all the money and the bank and everything, what would you do with it all?
Sack Martin Hannett.
Well, how did you get involved with, dare I say it, Factory Records?
After I invented it, I did some talent spotting. I got a talking head and a hitman and some groups.
This is your recipe for success?
Every time.
What makes somebody want to start a record company and put records out?
Idiot enthusiasm, mostly.
I didn't really think about where it'd go. I was in it for the moment.
Like, this would be about the time of the punk thing.
Yeah, that would be. But the idiot enthusiasm lingers on.
Punks grow older, don't they? You can't stay a
No,
fucking
people
punk
change
all
because
your life.
people get bored. I wanted to talk, yeah. I love talk. Yeah, I'd say that something that no one else has mentioned in this programme, and I know because I'm making it, is that Factory is very much to do with punk, and punk, as we say here, and no one else has mentioned that basically it was to do with changing the way things operate.
Do I think it's still a punk label? Oh, yes, certainly. We'd have Sid Vicious back any time.
White wine, darling. I haven't got any white wine.
Ask him about your last record.
Someone go and find out where the white wine is. I don't know where
Tony, why is it when we want to see you, we can't see you?
I don't know, you must be blind. I'm here.
Well, every time I need you, you're not there. I don't drink pills. Ginger beer, please.
Have a glass, please.
It's called style. Not being available is style.
Yeah.
It would be a shame, wouldn't it, that if a group didn't succeed as well as they could do because his theories were holding them back.
You see me every Saturday night in here. What do you say? You say hiya, I say hiya.
Yeah, but every time I got to talk to you, you're running off with some skaggy somewhere or whatever. Every time I want to talk, it's, I'll be back in a minute, I'm back in a minute.
Listen, we've got a lot to talk about, you and me, haven't we?
Yeah, I know, and you
Right.
said last time I see you.
No, we got a lot to talk about. This is a very complicated matter, this, you know. Money, big money. Right. And we're waiting until either you say you want to talk to us or we say we want to talk to you. Now, we're going to say we want to talk to you in 3 weeks' time if you haven't said it before that. And we decided that 3 months ago.
Yeah.
It's all planned, it's all
But
strategy.
last time I seen you, you said you wanted to talk to me. And you said, hang on a minute, don't go away, I'll be here. And I waited till 2 o'clock in the morning. And where was you? You weren't there.
I must have had a drink.
You see, that's what I mean.
I
That's
know.
why I was saying, when I want you, you ain't there.
I'll be there when you need me. When you want me, I'm not there. When you need me, I'll be there. That's the difference.
And that annoys me about Factory as well, because you have to stand there out in the desert, holding on to your own little truth, waiting for the boat to come in. You know, and like, maybe it never will.
Mass art is an ephemeral thing, right? It's like, why is the rose beautiful? Because it fades, it grows and fades.
I'm not into all that business.
I know you're not. You're not meant to be. You're a musician, right? You're not meant to understand music. That's the whole point.
I'll tell you what I
You're the nicest bastard I've ever
When you have an argument with him, he starts using all his college language on you. When we're talking to you, right? For you just to say,
So, yeah, you didn't know what he was doing.
all right. For instance, when we're talking to you, right? Try to talk to you, and for you to say, no, you're not getting it. Use some big, weighty word, right? Just to say, no, you're not getting it, and then you don't put no one in the picture. So we're thinking, oh yeah, there's still a chance there, but really, what you mean is, no, you can't have it, or I don't like this.
What have I ever said no to?
Well, where would you be without musicians though? You wouldn't have a company, would you?
No, that is the problem. I accept the inevitability that you're going to be working with musicians if you're in the music industry. I just wish one didn't have to. No, that's not actually. I mean, I'm over-exaggerating as well. They are the difficult thing. But then again, it's all about songs. The whole business is about songs. The world of it is about songs. Factory Records is about songs. And it's the musicians, the individuals who come up with the individual songs which make it all worthwhile and which are the central, final moment of it all.
Times before this
to know. We want to know about philosophy. We want to know about the private eye allegations of you being a fascist.
You know me.
When?
You all know my politics. I don't have to explain it to you on a TV.
Oh, well, I think you should pigeonhole it.
New Order fascist, you know, it's such a joke. They're making take us seriously. They're leftist, idealist, you know.
Well, frankly, I think they're anarchists.
Factory politics are complex.
I was saying that the politics of the absurd, so it's difficult to explain.
Just been interviewed in a bath with a glass of champagne and talking about the reality of the marketplace. It's politics. It is politics. Factory is politics. Factory is politics in direct action. How you're doing what you want, what you believe in. This is beer, by the way. Factory's so fucking cheap. What can I say?
It's always important to destroy as many illusions as you create.
Are you a capitalist?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Yes, in the end, the money that factory makes is taken from surplus labour.
I never really know what's going on.
If you profit from surplus labour, then you're a capitalist, and I'm a capitalist. Although actually, I don't make any money, so I suppose I'm not. But I function with a system that makes money through capitalist ends. Yes.
The next question: what occupation is down on your passport?
Entrepreneur.
Oh, that's a bit pretentious. It's not the truth, is it?
I'm very entrepreneur. Yes. I like this person wandering around who they can't understand. The word came out of LA that the Geffen organisation told Warner Brothers that you've got to be very careful with these people because they're Marxists, which I find very, very flattering, but very amusing that they don't know what to do. An LA record company executive does not know what to do with a Marxist or a Kippax Street hooligan like Gretton. So I would rather go on confusing people for the next few years.
Yeah. Do you think everyone at factory's loaded? I think everybody at factory's loaded. What you mean on money?
How much money? Put the camera on them. How much money have I made out of you lot?
How much money we made? I don't know.
You've made money. It's more than I've seen.
We never get to see the books.
Yeah, that's the
They're
thing.
always there.
When are we going to be accounted to?
Is there a book?
Every
deal.
these books.
Bear me out on this. Bear me out. Every deal I've seen Tony do has been on the back of his hand with a biro. I think we sold 5,000 of them, so that's about a penny a piece, and that's how you've done most of the deals. Is that true, or is it? That's right.
There's a certain hand-in-hand quality to it. Yeah.
Right. How much do you feel you contributed to the success of Factory Records?
Very little. All I did was make a few records. That's nothing, is it?
Well, I don't know. Is it?
In a world of market forces, it doesn't mean a lot, does it? A world composed entirely of market forces, that is.
So you're a lucky man, right? Yeah. Our policy, which was no advances, no contracts, you're completely free. You can go to another label yesterday. In fact, you probably tried yesterday, but here you are today because you didn't make it. So here we are again, fine. And we were you, we don't mind. We don't mind. So we don't pay money. We don't give an advance. You get the money you earn from your records.
I know.
When?
It's just that's difficult to get sometimes.
Certain ratios, it's difficult sometimes.
I suppose eventually, maybe in a couple more years, I won't have any beefs about Factory at all because I won't care about whether we sell so many records or not. I won't give a shit, because I'll be making a living, or I'll be making enough to eat on in some other way.
I got very fed up last year, and mostly with musicians, and with the struggle against the forces of debt, and when money got difficult. The first 4 years, money was dead easy, right? Because I'm very careful with money. And then your idiot manager started spending more of it than we had, and I got neurotic about that. And finally, musicians whining cracked my spirit for about 3 months. I'm back on form now. Here I am in the bath with you, Julian.
Now tell me, right, as a record company, why did Factory diversify into clubs and video, etc.?
I think basically with that, we had to. There was lots of people had got different ideas, and we had to think of ways of
spending your money.
Spending the money, so we spent them on the ideas, yeah.
believe they've opened a club called the Ponderosa.
No, it's a hacienda. It's yet to be built. I think it's a good thing to open a club. I don't think the club is quite right yet.
Why did you presume to think that you could fill a building of this size with just the groups that you like?
I didn't. I never presumed. I
Whose
just.
fault is it?
It's mostly New Order's fault, really, and Gretton. I blame them entirely.
As far as I was concerned, it just had a lot to do with my budgets, you know, which suddenly vanished down a hole in the ground called the Hacienda.
Is the club actually making a profit now?
No,
It's not making a profit.
not as yet, because it costs a lot of money to build a club like that.
Why do you think Factory opened this club?
They got a lot of money they wanted to spend on something.
But I think it's very nice of you to keep on subsidising all their money, losing operations, and you and the boys. Great.
Well, yeah, well, we've always... It was either that or the RSPCA, really.
Is it true that you only opened the Hacienda to further your career as a disc jockey?
It's a good question, that. No. I never really had a career as a disc jockey anyway.
It's too light. It's horrible when it's crowded. It's very nice when it's empty. But there aren't enough dark corners and there's no back room.
Yeah, you think the club should be dark, a place where you can go and hide somewhere.
I think there's got to be some sex and some threat.
Do you think it's a good idea for a club to be owned by a record company?
I would say that depended on the record company. I think it's a good thing that this club is owned by Factory, because Factory do have style and do have a very distinct image, and they do have style, yeah. I mean, I should imagine if K-Tel had opened the club, it would be a lot different.
So, as a director of the Hacienda, do you think you could say that it's worked?
The Hacienda's worked?
Yeah.
In some ways the Hacienda's worked, yeah.
As a director of the farm, do you think that's worked?
Oh, yes. The farm works nearly as well as the Hacienda, in fact. In fact, we get more people at the farm.
People should be more, and this goes for any record company and any band. It appalls me how passive people are. I think they should be more critical, and if people were more critical, it would improve things.
What's the main criticism that people level at you?
That we've made a lot of money.
It's quite a miracle, really, I think. It's a miracle that we're still friends. It's a miracle I owe you £200,000 and you're still in the bath with me.
Are you still getting away?
I'm still getting away. It's your fault. It's his fault for the bloody Hacienda. I tell you, the place is papered with bloody money. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Not my idea.
I want to know what happens to all this money. You all make loads of money, and where does it go? Apart from down your necks.
The factory and us as well have put money into the Hacienda anyway, so provided something else for Manchester.
Yeah, a bad investment.
A lot of people are very frightened of coming to the club and saying we want to put a project on. And that's part of the Factory image that is probably destructive as opposed to positive.
Do you ever make mistakes?
Do I ever make mistakes? Very, very rarely. Very rarely, indeed.
I've got her own questions. What was your involvement with Factory Records in the beginning, and what is it now?
What was it in the beginning? Resident artist, I think, in the beginning. And now it's occasional artist.
I mean, Factory, I think I see very much as a sort of doing for the 80s what Bieber did for the 70s. It's, you know, merchandising taste as a product. It's Aubrey Beardsley sort of table mats and Dali prints, and people are very much attracted to the idea of the taste, of good taste, which it isn't, of course, because it's very nouveau riche.
If you do the things to sell it, as if you're selling a commodity or a bag of Weetabix, then we will regard the thing we're doing as a bag of Weetabix. Atmospheres, Girls Don't Count, Flight, these songs are not boxes of Weetabix.
So, how important do you feel style is to Factory?
In the early days, it was very important because it set Factory apart from all the other independent labels. And in lots of ways, it still sets Factory apart from every label.
Well, a lot of different people have different images, don't they? Some think that it's fascist, some think it's gloomy and grey, some think it's really stylish. Depends. If you don't actually put an image, definite image forward, then people form their own.
There's a reaction against it now, but in the beginning it was well received, and I think it was really important because there was independent labels starting up every week, and Factory was the only one that had an identity of its own.
So, where do you think that reaction against it's come from?
Well, people are suspicious of style now because the major record companies have all used packaging and design and things like that to sell records. Very often records aren't very good. The market is now a little bit suspicious.
When did you last have sex then?
Funny you should ask me that question. It was about 6 o'clock this morning.
This morning? Do you feel that sex is dirty?
Well, it can be.
7 months, 3 days ago. I'm saving it for something very special. 7 months, 3 days. It wasn't very good. You should have seen me in New York with Bob Krasnow as lecturer. I had no clothes on because I got caught in a thunderstorm. But so I had no clothes on, got caught in a thunderstorm. I had my trousers, taking my shirt off. Ushered us into this room with him and Lundvall at CBS, ex-CBS, in their suits and stuff, and they were very shocked. And they ordered us a limo to go home because it was pouring down the rain. So when we got to the door afterwards, about 8 o'clock at night, Bob Krasnow said, "Listen now, I know about your principles, but please take the limo for tonight." And I was on my way to the limo anyway, great. I said, "Listen, as Trotsky once said, while we fight to change life, let us not forget the reasons for living." And as he laughed, I jumped into the limo and went off down the road. Great. As Trotsky once said,
The man knows too many quotes from too many tedious tomes for his own good. I think it tends to swamp a lot of what he's got to say, and I think it also takes the place of any kind of creative function.
It's a pompous ass, I don't know if it can take it seriously.
Who is my hero? Who are my heroes today? They change every day. Pasolini's Jesus Christ is major hero. Early Hegelian Marx, second hero. Rob Gretton, Les Dawson, Ed Murrow, William Shakespeare, Marcel Proust, Bobby Robson when he heads a goal. I mean, they change every day. You, Julian, you, when your shoulder strap comes off at a concert, when the shoulder strap just moves off so nicely, you know what I mean? Did you plan that?
No. So you're just sexist as well then?
No, I'm not sexist. I'm an aesthetician. I love beauty.
They've all got bad haircuts, that's the trouble with Factory.
Yeah, Tony Wilson lies about his age.
I think I'm going to drown in here today. On my travels to the top.
Do you think you've hurt anybody on the way, intentionally or unintentionally?
It's been down so long it feels like the top to me. Yes.
Do I have to wear makeup?
Let's get down there, Larry. Sometimes you don't like me, do you?
No.
I think Tony's
You
okay.
can say whatever you want.
No, I know. I think it's okay. We don't very often get on.
Don't you row a lot? You row
We
a
do.
lot.
We row a lot, a hell of a lot. Yeah. But I
Why?
mean, I think that's
What do you row about?
what Tony always rows about.
What?
Money.
Ooh, money. Let's talk about money. This is very interesting. Yeah, you're all getting.
It's got nothing to do with the quality of the music, has it? The money. Remember.
Now, technically speaking, you've had slightly more money than you've made, haven't you?
I don't know.
Well, you see, the record business functions by securing your investment, which is to secure your talent. So you sign people for 7-year deals and stuff. But we're only doing this for fun. In the end, I mean, it's an old Jake Rivera thing. You do it for, that's all it's about, fun. And you're doing it for fun and with integrity and stuff. Now, if we had a contract with you, what's that going to do? It means you're signed to us. What happens if you don't? If we all go off each other? You should be able to go away. So there's no point having a contract. As long as we're all friends, you've got to stay. As long as we're not friends, you've got to go. Which seems the right way to look at going and staying.
So, is it true that you've made the most money out of Factory?
Yes.
Would you still like to be a director of Factory Records?
Nah, it's not worth the trouble.
Was it worth the money? Did you get a good deal out of Factory Records, or a bad deal?
What can I say? It's only the best deal yet, but it's still not good enough.
Most of all, like what my mother always said, you know, be a nice boy. I'd like to, when all this is over, still be a nice boy, right? And that's the most important ambition. And I'd like to see the revolution in my lifetime.
The best is when he used to wear cowboy boots at the old factory.
Oh, yeah, the cowboy boots.
We used to have a pair that we thought were rather like it, so we used to exhibit them. They were quite the centrepiece of the mantelpiece.
Oh, I know, yeah. The cowboy boots.
Spectacularly dreadful.
The haircut.
Yeah.
You
That's what you look like, though. I mean, look at you. People could be saying that.
Well.
it's partly intentional, because at school I was and I am very clever and I'm very arrogant, and put the two together and you become a very unpleasant person unless you behave like an idiot. And I'm an idiot rather like Shakespeare's fools, who are the idiots in the plays and always very stupid and stuff. But at the same time, they're the only ones that read the play. From the very beginning of the play, they always know exactly what's going on. They're always the cleverest. But to avoid being persecuted for that cleverness, you behave like an idiot. Like getting in the bath with you now. It makes me appear less awful and arrogant and elitist and extremist than I am, which I am.
You don't hate them. I just don't see the point of making a programme about Factory Records, because as far as Manchester's concerned, I don't think they're really important.
Hello?
What are your ambitions then?
Okay, I'll ask him then. All right, bye-bye.
What are my ambitions? My ambitions are never to work again. When I was 23, I decided that working was pretty boring. So I decided to give up working.
Oh, what are your ambitions though? What do you see? Where do you see Factory going in the future?
To do more Factory, to be Factory in more places. I mean, every year, it's rather like farming. You know what I mean? It's rather like farming, and every year we have a crop, which is normally your album, and there's Vinny's album, and certain Rachel's album, whatever. Every year there's a crop of albums.
Do you think your work in Factory has given you a good grounding for farming?
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of bullshit.
And after we've struggled to get there and get them all out, then 3 months later the money comes in and we pay all the bills. Then for another couple of months there's a bit more money. And every time we have a bit of money, then we can do something interesting. Like we did the Hacienda last year, or the video unit the year before that. Next thing I like to do is get the office in New York buzzing. Thing after that, I'd like to build lofts in Manchester. The year after that, Gretton wants to buy Manchester. You know, I mean, there's a million things one could do, but to do things that are valid in the marketplace and valid in the political textbook at the same, and moral textbook at the same time, and also valid as art in terms of style. All those things mixed together, which we've done already, but to do them in other areas.
My ambitions in Factory Records are to make lots of money through the diversification that's going into film and other things, and to use this money for political art.
End of interview.
I thought the questions were really boring as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a very low-profile Factory production. Icon could have done a much better job.
That's the best you can do.
We want Claude.
Stick to warbling.
We want Claude. Shall we go?
Oh, how do you think that went then, Barn?
I'd say it was a piece of cake.
That's a good idea.
Who says we don't do videos?